What's going on, everybody? We are back here on another Wednesday. Scorpio is chomping down on the chicken bone. I feel you.
Look, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I have not eaten today. I am gonna have a whole, what's the new thing on the internet now? A whole low vibration plate.
Yep.
Right here in front of y'all. I'm so sorry. Not sorry.
Yep.
I'm a fat man with look. I'm a fat man with breasts. I need to eat.
Hey, y'all already know how we are on the bridge. Mm-hmm. So
let me leave some mute so y'all won't hear me smacking. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I'm feeling smack. Hold on.
But so he went ahead and muted it. Y'all know how we are. So like I said, welcome back to another Wednesday.
Yes,
on the bridge. Do y'all know what, man? This is our last interview. Our last interview episode of the season, which is crazy.
We actually went through a whole season.
Didn't stop. Just kept going. We didn't quit.
Consistency.
And now everybody expects us. I mean, I get it. It's a good show. We make y'all laugh. Mm-hmm. Talk about serious stuff. Make y'all laugh mainly.
Mm-hmm.
So season 2 is going to be fun, though. So I hope y'all are ready for that.
Oh, yeah.
So I already got some plans. Me and Scorpio are doing some talking in the off season to fully line out everything that we're going to do. Yeah. But I'm coming back with some nice stuff that I think y'all are going to enjoy when it's time.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm working on the intro. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
I can't wait for that intro. I cannot wait for that intro.
That new intro is gonna be flames. I'm telling you. Well, once we the ideal is flames, but we're working on finding the animator that can bring it to life, or the individual who can help us bring it to life, which actually kind of leads to our guest tonight. Mr. Richard Bantigue, and please let me know if I pronounced your last name right when you come on, because sometimes I do get worried about it. I'm like, I hope I pronounced it right. So let me know if I pronounced it right. But Richard is an artist. I'm sure y'all seen him on TikTok, painting wrestling belts, because dude's insane with it. Like, he's insane with it. He's also a veteran like me. Yeah, it's more than one veteran in the art field.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of us that are in the art.
I'm so sorry if y'all hear me chewing. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry.
He hungry, y'all.
I'm hangry. Look, I'm like that. I'm like Aretha Franklin on that commercial. When I don't eat, I get very angry.
Yeah, and very angry.
Yeah,
very angry.
I turn into a diva.
I feel that. Another thing too, like I said, Rich is a cinematographer also, and Richard is also my friend. We've been friends for about almost 3 years now. So yeah, it's crazy. So without further ado, I am gonna bring up the man, the myth, the legend, the wrestling belt painter, the shoe painter, the beats painter, the anime painter. Like, honestly, y'all, the anime painting he does, it's fun. We're gonna show some stuff tonight.
If you're not following him on Instagram, shame on you.
Yep, and it's an easy follow. It's at Bantigue Arts. You will find him. You will see all of the anime paint work that he does.
We even tagged him on the post, the For Tonight show. If you even looked at the post,
exactly.
Did you look at the post, y'all?
Go to the post. But now here he is, Mr. Richard Bantigue. Did I pronounce the last name right?
I'm right here. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. You're on.
Yeah,
you're
that's
live.
right. I'm the finale boss. What's up?
The big bad of the season.
I'm the final boss, man.
Final boss. That's crazy.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
We appreciate
Thank you for being on. Thank you for being on.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was telling folks, like usually, like I was telling you backstage and stuff, like one of the things I do is just bring you on, let you introduce yourself to everybody. So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people out there know who you are, what it is that you do. And don't worry, we'll pull questions probably from that, and then we got some questions lined up. So you don't got to worry about spoiling anything.
If I start going over and over and start stuttering, you just feel free to cut me off. So
no worries.
But this is good. This is not, no rehearsal or anything. So, all right, here we go. So, introduction, right? So, my name is Richard Bantigue. It's
Bantigue.
actually pronounced Bantigue. Yeah.
I was
It's
wrong,
all right
y'all.
though. It's I always get that because the Montague is very
Mhm.
popular, so people would see the GUE, but it's actually more of a Spanish background. So when you pronounce
Okay.
it like Guerrero, it's like the ge is like Bantigue. You know what I mean? Like
Bantigue.
so.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just the little origin of my last name. But
Okay.
anyway, so what I
Thank
do,
you. Thank you for letting me know. Because every time I said, I was like, I think I'm saying it wrong. so thank you.
no worries, bro. Like, no, it's all good, man.
Mhm.
I'm just happy to be here. You guys are wild. I see Scorpio here eating, man, making me hungry again. But
Yeah, for real.
anyway, so here's what I do. Obviously, I'm an artist, veteran, and right now I'm painting predominantly a lot of anime on weightlifting belts and sneakers and beats and pretty much all kinds of canvases. I mean, you can see all the faces here behind me. So that's wood panels.
Mhm.
So anything that a client can either send me or I can order, I can paint it. So it doesn't matter if it's plastic or leather materials, and
Mhm.
I can paint any of it. Right now, I'm painting a lot of anime, but I can obviously also do many different type of genres, from horror to Greek mythologies to pretty much. It doesn't matter if you can think it.
You
I
can
could
do it.
probably paint it. So like,
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
I'll go one up. I'll say not probably. I think you could do it. And we're gonna be showing some of the work and some of the videos because he does his own videos too,
Oh
which
snap!
comes into the cinematography part. So we're gonna be showing some of that stuff because we want folks to see. Oh, snap is Jay still. What's going on, Jay? What's going on, SJ? Tiger
What's up,
Slayer, Team
guys?
Tiger Slayer is here. So, but yeah, we're gonna be showing it.
I like that house cosplay.
Scorpio,
What's up?
Scorpio's finishing off from chicken wings. So, I do want to know because I know, like when I first met you, you were doing the eyes. So like you were doing the eyes with the characters, and then you were doing some other things. I know you were started with the shoes and then with the beats, and then you got to the wrestling belts. Like, how did that happen? Like, how did? Because I remember when I first saw, I was like, oh, okay, not the wrestling, but the weightlifting belts. I was like, oh, okay. And then like I started seeing more, and I'm like, is this the new shift? So how did you get to that?
Yeah. So I don't. The famous quote from Bruce Lee, I guess, like be like water, I guess. So
Yeah.
flow with the tides. So I'm kind of like that because like it's not because it's something that I pursued. It's more like out of necessity because, like I said,
Mhm.
after the Marines, I was in NC State for about what, 3 years, and the pandemic
Mhm.
happened. While I was studying in NC State, I was starting to do some custom art, sneakers, and I was also doing a lot of graphic designs for different companies. Like I've even done like a t-shirt design for Colorado State University. I know you guys are from Colorado, so
Yeah.
I
I
don't
am.
know if I ever
Scorpio's in
mentioned
Florida.
that, but I did a
I didn't
t-shirt
know
design
that.
for them. So a lot of car dealerships. I did a lot of rebranding different companies. So a lot of freelance work here and there just to
Okay.
earn some income and make sure that I'm still paying bills, while
Yeah.
I'm in college. Um, and then it just kind of evolves into just whatever people demand or request. Like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, if I don't know how to do this, like I don't suggest this for anyone to do.
Yeah.
Like when somebody asked, like when someone told me like one time, it's like, can you animate my logo? I'll pay you like $1,000 for it. And I'm just like, yes, I can do that. And then that night I would go on YouTube, how to animate logo.
Uh,
And then I would learn how to animate logo that night. And then I would apply that knowledge that I've learned that night, and I would animate the logo and then get
mhm.
paid for that. So it's basically like what back in when I was back like a couple of years after getting out of the military, I was just basically taking any kind of jobs,
Mhm.
commissions to stay afloat pretty much, because that's
Yeah.
as any artist would. If you have some kind of talent, you want to maximize that talent into making you as much money as much as possible, because I know obviously starving artists is real, man. It's not, it's no joke. And
a lot of people like to joke on that and be like, oh, if you're a starving artist, it means you're not doing well. Like, no, it's just art, and a lot of people aren't appreciative of it. And then when you do come with a price, they're like, that's too expensive.
exactly.
So it's kind of cool, you know, when you find someone who's like, hey, I'll give you $1,000.
A lot of it comes with different type of it's seasonal, I guess. It's basically like when you're, a lot of the viewers right now could probably relate to this. If you when you're an artist and you do work based on commission, it's not a consistent thing. So you have to plug in those holes. So 1 month I could get like 5 commissions, or the next month I could have 0. So what other ways can I earn income by not just painting shoes? Well, I know how to do graphic designs. I know how to edit videos. I've studied videography at NC State. I could do videographies for people. I could do this, I could do that. So pretty much anything that would keep me busy earning money is the game, I guess. So it's more of out of necessity. Then the weightlifting belt comes around. That's when everything kind of turned upside down, because I was painting shoes. I was about to graduate NC State. And it was during the end of 2020, during the pandemic, right? And I've sent out my resume. I've applied for many different like cinematography jobs, and nobody was hiring. I was like, man, here we go. This is about to be bad. Because you know, when you go to school, I use my VA, and that's still a supplement. You know, so after school, I would have lost all the income I was getting from the VA. But anyways, one of the Marine from Hawaii said, hey, somebody recommended you to me, and I'm a big weightlifting guy, and can you paint weightlifting belts? And like I said from before, if I don't know how to do it, I always just say yes, because I can always look it up, because there's Google, you know what I mean? Like Google is information everywhere. So I was like, well, I can paint an Air Force One. It's leather. Weightlifting belts is also leather. So I was like, yeah, I can do that. Painted the belt. And then it was also the time when everybody was like, download TikTok. You're missing out if you don't have TikTok. And I was like, all right, fine. I guess Instagram was
because I remember we were talking about it. Because you were like, are you there yet?
Yeah, but I'm there. When we started, it was like, should we download TikTok? Because, you know, we already have Instagram. And it's like, oh, you know. But then we realized we were latecomers when it comes to Instagram. But for TikTok, we would be there early on. And I realize now that being early on a platform before they blow up is gives you a lot of advantage. And even now, when I joined in late of 2020, I realized even then that was still a little bit late, because I could have had millions of followers now if I joined in a year later. You know what I mean? You just never know. But anyways, so I downloaded TikTok. I was like, all right, here we go. It's just gonna be a bunch of kids dancing around. Like, I don't know if it's just gonna be something, because you know, like what happened with Vero. Like, I downloaded Vero, and I was like, okay, here's a new platform. I'm here early. Gotta be posting. And then
that just,
it kind of, I just lost interest. And then with TikTok, I was just like, I don't know if there's any adults here. I don't know if I can make money here, because it's kids out, I guess. I don't know. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. I posted that belt, bro. And you know how a lot of my edits in my Instagram, a lot of the edits that I've done in the past are very like complicated. It's got some edits and music and whatever. It's very intricate. But the one that blew up on TikTok, it was actually just like a 9-second video of me just doing like sealing the belt like this. No edits, no fancy cuts or anything.
The very
9
first
seconds.
one.
I just posted there. That first night it has like 1 million views. And I was like, all right, cool. The next day, 2 million, 3. And now it's sitting at 7 million views, or almost 7 million views. So, and from time to time, I still get comments there. Like, people still see it. And that was like, I was posted like 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. So, and that kind of changed everything for me, because I went from having 1,000 followers to now over like 100,000 followers. And just emails started piling up, people requesting commissions. And now, fast forward to today, I now have a manager, and I'm now fully booked until April. So
Crazy. That's crazy.
like,
Book.
I don't even want to say,
anything.
but I'm just grateful. You know what I mean? Like, so
I feel that. That's how like I really get you like when you say you got out the military and you were like, okay, let's do this art thing. 'Cause that's honestly how it was for me too. When I got out the military, I applied for an IT job and I got it, but I was still doing art. So like people were like, hey, you know how to make logos? Yep, I know how to make logos because I made all my title logos at that point, so I knew how to do that. But then it's like started getting into the logo animation and the video stuff. So I was like, okay, I got to learn this. So I started learning that, and I would do that for people. Like I would do logo animations for them, or product animations for them, so that I could still, you know, get that money from that. And
right.
then it got to the point where it was like, okay, comics. Remember, comics. That's why you. That's one of the reasons why you got out. So like, I jumped back on that in 20 because I got out of active duty 2013 in the reserves. My last 2 years of my 13 were in the reserves, so 2015. But in 2013, that's when I was doing things for people and and stuff like that as far as logos and things. And then around 2015, I was like 2015, I was like, okay, let's go ahead and put out this first book. And then I released my first book, which was, and that was even crazy too, because like, do you even know how to format a comic book? You're like, no. I guess I'm gonna find out, and I found out. And
Yeah.
back then it was like, now you got all these indie comic book creators. Like everybody's like, oh, I came in 2017, 2018. And I'm just like, I was doing this way back when there was really no help. Like, my edited book was like the borders were like that thick. Like it was horrible. The font for the lettering was small, and I still got them over there. I think what I might do if I reach 20, I got to see how many books I have over there because I think I got like maybe 20 books over there. If I can reach 20 patrons, I might actually send that book to every patron who gets a comic just so they can have it. Like just have it and put it somewhere. I'll sign them too and just put them somewhere. So when the first movie comes out, Rich, we already talked about that. When the first movie comes out, y'all have that old freaking comic book that was like the very first print of a Sovereign comic, period.
Boom.
And and then there's that one too. Yeah, that's issue 2. And then you got like the first versions of Cypher Team. Like Cypher Team issue 1,
right there.
About
to sell it for 50 grand in 20 years.
Yep. And it will sell. Scorpio, what you doing? You look like you enjoyed that. Like you came back and you halfway in between itis and being awake. Like what's?
How's dinner?
You're on mute. You're on mute still. Let me see if I can help you out right quick. There
Hold
you
on,
go.
I'm back.
I already got you.
See. Now have
you just over there like
they have me one of them low vibration plates like they talk about.
You over there, you shaking the icy cup and just
smacking the tongue. Seasoned perfectly. It was good. The chicken was good. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I have not eaten today. My dog decided to have an accident, so I had to come home and clean the rug.
Oh, wow.
And, I wasn't too happy, too thrilled about that. But I'm full. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, that's what matters.
That's blessings.
That's what matters.
Yeah, I'm sleepy.
Yeah. I feel like, What kind of wings do you have? Wings, or what kind of wings did you have?
Oh yeah,
were they salt and vinegar wings? Oh
no, these are the wings that I season my wings.
Oh, you made your own.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm slowly cutting back from
You don't put it in the oven raw like me? Like
I sometimes do. But I slowly, like he about to take a hit. Shit, hell yeah, about to lay my ass down. But I slowly,
yes. You haven't had salt and vinegar wings? What?
I don't do all that crazy
it's
stuff.
Delicious.
I do lemon pepper wings. I haven't had no salt and vinegar wings.
It's delicious. If you like salt and vinegar chips, you'll like salt and vinegar wings.
I probably like them because I do like those chips. But
that's what I'll say. If you like salt and vinegar chips, you like salt and vinegar wings. If you don't like salt and vinegar chips, don't even try it.
Yeah, I season. I'm slowly stepping away from fast food. For some reason, when I eat fast food now, my stomach does something. It's like it doesn't taste right anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that means it's time for you to take that break.
Yeah,
I do it every year. Like recently, I've been doing it for 3 months, but the longest I did it one time when I was in the military, I did it for 6.5 months.
Damn.
or it was just straight up veggie. Like everything was like green, veggie, green leafy, kale, all that.
I haven't had McDonald's in like almost 4 years now.
Damn. Congrats.
When I eat McDonald's, I literally get sick to my stomach.
Wow.
That's good.
I don't even do the frappuccinos no more. Yes, the lemon pepper wings with the Cajun rub. Yes, sir.
Lemon pepper what though?
I will get to that level someday. Someday.
Yeah.
I can't do McDonald's. Last time I had McDonald's, I got so sick on the stomach. But I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
McDonald's breakfast slaps? I don't know.
It used to.
Yeah.
I think, matter of fact, that was the last thing I had. For some reason, I don't know if it was my food was like kind of cold or something, but it made me so sick I could not.
Just didn't want to do it anymore. You know, I've done that before. Here's a fun question. Yeah. It has this happen because that makes sense. What you just said, because like there's this restaurant here, right, called Crave. Yeah. They make amazing burgers. Mm-hmm. They're rated pretty high, but for some odd reason, I got the one that didn't sit right. Like it gave me food poisoning, and I had to go to work the next day. And I worked all the way in Denver at the time, so I was driving. It's like 70 miles up, 70 miles back. So
it also depends on who's cooking.
Yeah.
Like we have a Marco's Pizza that's like literally down the street from my house. Mm-hmm. First time I went there, everything was perfect. The wings was well done. The pizza was good. Mm-hmm. After I looked back there was a brother back there cooking. I said, okay, it's gonna be good. And it was good that night. Ever since then, these little young kids back there,
man,
it's like, oh boy, we got no wings. The wings was not well done. Like everything just don't taste the same.
Yeah, you're right though. It do, and that's maybe what it was. But it
depends on who's cooking. That's why I always ask them, okay, what days are you here? That's the day I order my food.
And I was actually going to ask, like, has that happened? Like, has it happened to you, Rich, where you've done that? Like, you went to a restaurant you used to go into, and then you just get that one bad one, and it's like,
mine was Pizza Hut because I ended up with food poisoning.
Yep, that's what it was for me with Crave. And everybody's like, you want to go to Crave? And I'm like, I can't. Why? Because I'm afraid of that. Like I had to drive 70. Like what saved me was my military career. That's the only thing that saved my life. Because we've been in situations like because I've deployed and stuff. Like you be in situations sometimes where you can't throw up, you can't go to the bathroom. You just gotta.
And if y'all have, if you all out there ever have food poisoning, you get lightheaded or sweating. Mm-hmm. You feel like you about to throw up. You feel like it's you in the bathroom like this, pants down, bend over because you don't know which end is gonna come out.
You don't know what's gonna happen. Exactly, Jay. That's what it was. It was bad. No, it was bad.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I can't go back because me knowing the person I am, I'll be pissed off if I go back and the same thing happen. Like I'll be so mad. I'll be mad at myself. I'll be cussing myself out for days.
Yep, Pizza Hut and McDonald's are off the list. No.
What about you, Richard? What's your story? And y'all in the comments too. What's y'all's story? What's the restaurant that you loved and you went back and got sick and decided never to go back?
Yeah, speaking of like food poisoning, I would never trust anything that they sell it around the Baltimore area. Like I was there, we had a ship over there, and we were there for like we docked over there for like a weekend, and everything like it's okay. The place is called the Fells Point, and everything is nothing but bars, right? All drinking. Don't order food there because they're good at selling alcohol, but don't order food, especially if you're not at home and you're in a ship somewhere where there's a public restroom and all that. So but the only thing with food poisoning with me is like I'd like to think I have a pretty good stomach, but when I have to deal with something like that, the worst that I have come to is just like having an upset stomach and just having like bad experience to the bathroom, but no dizziness, no, because when I was a little kid, I grew up in the Philippines, bro. Like we ate like I don't know, the reptiles, like iguana, whatever they were. We ate like wild, I don't know. I've eaten alligators, snakes. I mean, like
me too.
We ate
alligator and snake.
I grew up in the rice paddy in the Philippines, so like, so I've had worse, I guess. So MRE man doesn't even faze me.
So if I came to your house, I opened the refrigerator, a whole python sitting up there looking at me. Oh,
no, I'm not like that anymore. I'm a house cat now. Like,
anymore?
I'm a house cat now.
Hold on. The key word. I'm not like that anymore.
Yeah, no. I'm not. My food selection is not,
as extreme.
Yeah, my wife cooks for us all the time, and like I've been spoiled and have been, I should say, Americanized. My dad called me a banana, because I'm like yellow on the outside, and then when you peel it, I'm white on the inside. Like,
wait a minute, that's a new one.
I've heard that term before.
No, that's a new one for me.
That's a new one for you?
I've heard of Oreo. Black on the outside, but you're white on the inside. I heard of that one. Banana, that's a new one.
Yeah, that's what my dad
likes. Kind of heartbreaking.
Because he thinks I have forgotten the ways of the traditional Filipino, and now I am so Americanized that. But I still love Filipino food. Obviously, I'd eat the crap out of that. But when it comes to certain amenities in life, I prefer to be an American. So.
What kind of food does your wife cook though?
My wife cooks all kinds of stuff because she's from Texas, so sometimes she would cook like Southern foods and stuff. And she got a recipe book for Filipino food. So for Thanksgiving, we didn't have any turkey or anything like that. We had like traditional Filipino food for Thanksgiving. Like it's called sinigang. There's like okra,
okra's
pork,
delicious.
and it's like tamarind soup. So it's all kinds of vegetables, and you got a pork in there. Then there's another one called giniling. We have ground beef with potatoes and other, it looks like a stew, but like it's good.
Yeah, getting hungry. Got me thinking about lumpia. That's like my favorite. One of my favorite things.
Yeah,
is lumpia. Like
that's my favorite.
Everybody be like egg roll. I'm like, now you have a lumpia, you will never want an egg roll.
And gotta have rice on everything.
Yep. Oh, there's not even the same. Like those things are so freaking delicious. Like you will never. If anything looks like it, you're like, nah. But I've tried more. Like my neighbors Filipinos, so I've tried a little more things. I don't remember the names of it, but like whenever we get invited to like Christmas or something like that, we'll try some more things. And I'm like, oh wow, I just like, I don't know. I'm a foodie. I'm a fat kid. That's why I gotta work out. So like that's what me and Scorpio talked about before. That's why we work out. So we eat wherever we want. So it's like I gotta try it at least.
At least once. Yeah, that's true. That's with me when it comes to food. I gotta try it at least once because how would I know if I like it or not? I don't judge by the way it looks or sometimes the way it smells.
Exactly. That's the reason why I've eaten stuff like I've eaten alligator, I've eaten snake, I've eaten squirrel, I've eaten rabbit, I've eaten possum. Like because I tried at least once and then I'm like, oh okay, well this ain't bad.
I don't know about no snake and no possum and no.
It tastes like snake. Tastes like you ever had frog legs?
Hell no! If I ain't had a snake,
that tastes like chicken. I had frog legs. It tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Exactly.
We in the Matrix, bro. Everything.
Everything tastes like chicken.
I'm not eating no doggone frog.
Tastes like chicken. You had swordfish. I know you had swordfish. You live in Florida. You've had swordfish before, right? What? You haven't had a swordfish steak?
No.
You had shark?
No.
Have you had oysters?
I think so. Yeah.
Like, cause come on, you're Florida. Like, have you had crabs at least? Like, shit. That's
of course.
Okay.
I'm from Tampa. That's our thing. That's a payday thing. You go straight to Winn-Dixie and get them crab legs with that garlic butter, and you crack them crab legs. Yes, that is a Tampa thing. You ain't Floridian. You ain't Floridian and ain't hood if you ain't had no crab legs.
For real. I was about to say,
you feel like you're rich when you go to Winn-Dixie and get that whole thing of crab legs for like $10 to $15.
Because if you would have said you didn't, I would have been like,
man,
you don't do go outside of Florida. Like it's like the seafood visits you in Florida.
they literally pull up right on your right in your pool.
What in the world?
A whole alligator sitting right there looking at you. I could have sworn we blocked them.
Well, there's another one. I put them in time. I put them in timeout. YouTube got bots now, so it's like
look at
am I getting that many?
69XXX fun. If you ain't sharing this,
and the crazy part is those those bots only work if you're actually getting views or if you tick up somewhere to where you can get views. Because like
we must be getting views.
we must be getting views. It must be hidden.
We must be getting some view. We must be hidden.
So, so I think I jumped questions, but I'm gonna go back. And I want you like how long have you been drawing? And what got you into it? And also, what was the first thing that you drew? So this is like 3 questions. How long you been drawing? What got you into art? And what was the first thing that you drew?
Wow. Throwing the hardest questions here.
Yeah.
First thing I ever drew, actually, that's an easy one. First thing I ever drew is Goku doing the Kamehameha.
Okay.
I got in trouble a lot in school, and I was in elementary because instead of taking notes with my notebook, I would just draw each page. I would just keep drawing Goku doing the same pose over and over until I perfect them. Because I
feel that though.
Yeah, the hands is so hard, the muscle groups. I was just learning. It's like, but you can see the progression. I wish I still have my notebook. You can see the progression from like being like from day one to like the last page. So so Goku was the very first one I've ever drawn, and a lot of my development as an artist was nourished by doing competitions in school with my classmates, because a lot of, I don't know if in the Philippines, a lot of us are very creative. There's a lot of Filipino artists out there. We're not just nurses, all right?
We'll get them right.
We're not just nurses. All right?
My lead art team, which we've talked about it before. My lead art team, Mark and Marva Marvita, they're Filipino. They're from the Philippines.
There you go. So
maybe kill Cypher team, the almost Stigmata and Temple High.
Tell them y'all don't just draw blood.
Yeah, exactly.
We draw pictures.
Yeah. Yep. So a lot of we're also not all in the Navy. So when I was in the military, people always ask me, "Oh yeah, you in the Navy?" I'm like, no, I was in the Marines. Like, but anyways, like, what was I saying? So yeah, there's a lot of Filipino artists.
Richard, make sure you put that at the end of every time you say that. When they say, "No, I wasn't in the Navy. I was in the Marines." Get it right.
All right.
You gotta add that at the end of each time. Get it right.
Yeah, make sure I tell people. Right. Yeah, get it right for sure. That's important. And what was the other question? So our first question was Goku.
And so Goku was the first thing that you drew. How long have you been drawing? So now we know it's from school.
Yeah, so as far back as I remember, probably 8 or 9. Okay. I do know from my memory that one time our teacher asked us to draw like a Filipino flag, and because we in the Philippines we love to do Flag Day for some reason. And I asked my uncle to draw me one, because I had one of my uncle that can draw, and he's like, "No, you gotta learn how to draw yourself." But instead of drawing Filipino flag, I was heavily inspired by the Dragon Ball, so that's all I drew. So, and I ended up failing the project, but I did learn how to draw myself.
But you've created the first Dragon Ball flag.
Yeah, I guess. But I failed the project. But my uncle was like, "You need to learn how to draw on your own. So when there's a homework or assignment that comes up, you don't have to come to me anymore." So well, objective 1, learn how to draw. Got it. But
so clearly.
And then so but since I don't know if I'm allowed to say how old I am, but
you are. It's fine. You can curse too. It's up to you.
Yeah. Curse.
I didn't say that. Yeah, you can curse.
Yes.
You can curse. We don't hold that.
Did you not hear me? Have you not watched the past shows?
I guess I'm just used to it that like curse words for me are just like regular language. So like
right.
Yeah, you haven't
that's why I don't turn that off for folks, because a lot of folks are like that, especially in the military. Yeah. I'm like, we're gonna.
Okay, I didn't want to get I try to be as polite as possible so we don't get flagged down by the YouTube overlords.
I can tell. Look,
clearly we got sex bots sending stuff. So I think YouTube has us either super high or we're already flagged.
Yeah.
So it's
either or.
No, but I've been painting since pretty much I was 8. I'm in my 30s now. I'm 32, so I've been painting, drawing for a long time. I've done a lot of I wouldn't say apprenticeship. I have worked and draw under other artists as well. I had this mentor when I was 11, when I was in the Philippines. He did a lot of family portraits, and one time he was teaching me some like tricks and tips for just to draw, and he ended up being one of the most prolific tattoo artists in the Philippines now. So if you look up any just tattoo artists in Google him, and his name is gonna pop up. His name is Rickson Buera. So and I'm pretty sure we're like third cousin. So, but anyways, but he's the one that like heavily influenced me when I was, growing up trying to do art, because he took me to like different places, different regions. Because when he would get a job, he would paint signs for people, and then I would help him paint the signs as an apprentice. So that's pretty much how I got started. And when I'm in school, I would do like drawing competitions and drawing anime, Goku, Yu Yu Hakusho, pretty much, even One Piece. We would, compete with each other inside the class and see who can draw the best. And I was not very good back then. I was so bad. And but I never gave up. So I just kept drawing. But I just kind of, again, it's just all faith, I guess, if for the lack of better terms for it, because it's not like I tried to pursue it. That's what I'm saying, is that like I know that at some point I'm becoming good at it. By the time I was high school, I was winning real art competitions. And when I got here in the States, I went back to, so I graduated high school in the Philippines when I was like 14 or 15. I was like a grade or two ahead because I guess I was smart when I was a kid. Who knows? So, but I skipped some classes, but I graduated early for my age. And then I got here in the States, man. And then I had to do, instead of going to college at 16, I went back to high school for like 2.5 years. And then that school found out that I could also draw. So they put the art teacher as my counselor, and then she got me to do a lot of other commission work for the people in town, doing murals for school. I even did like, how the school would give you like a daily planner notebook type. I did a cover of that one year, and then here comes where the crossroad meets again, because when I was about to graduate high school, I was offered a scholarship by Kansas City Art Institute. And long story short, I was like, nah, I'm going to go in the Marines.
He said, get y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna serve my country. I'm gonna be, get, all that, like,
Don't feel bad. I left college and went in the Marines. So.
Okay, so wow. Okay, good.
There are so many people that I've heard that have said so many things. They like it wasn't what they thought it was, or there are people that are in there now that they actually have like a TikTok video where this person asked them, "Why did you join the army?" And this person said, "They promised me some type of Mustang." Or that they promised me $75,000, and he asked them, "Have you gotten it?" They said, "I still haven't received it." I was like,
see, and that happens because, like, other than my Marine Corps career, I went in the Army also afterwards, and that did happen to some folks. Like some folks didn't get their bonuses. Like the Army, honestly, I think from like 2006 and up, the Army was just like, take our money, and they were just throwing money like for re-enlisting and people going in and everything. I didn't get an enlistment bonus going into the Army because they was like, "Oh, you are a Marine, so this is technically like a re-enlistment for you." And I'm like, "What? No." So but then the next time I re-enlisted, I got like 12.5 for re-enlisting, and it was tax-free because I was in Iraq. And I was like, 12.5? Sure, I'll take that as a 23-year-old.
Hell yeah, dude. That's good.
So it was like, but a lot of people were getting big bonuses. It depends. Like I know some of the stuff I heard, like some people, they will like what they don't know is like they'll enlist, and then that bonus is actually tied to your enlistment. And that's the thing. I know when I went in the Marine Corps, they were like, we're not giving enlistment bonuses, we're not giving sign-on, but like none of that. Mm-mm. I heard somebody like some of my friends that are still in there, like they did it for a little bit and then they stopped. But the Marine Corps, they're all about the few especially.
We'll talk about some Marine Corps. Commercial got me. That's what I was saying. I was like,
I know I've told people before, like when people were like, "Oh, you went to Paris Island, where were you at?" I was like, 3rd Battalion on Paris Island. And they were like, "What?" Like I'm like, "Yeah, 3rd Battalion. That's the rough house." I'm like, we had 80 recruits, 80, and we graduated. I think it was like 36.
Yeah,
it was nuts. When the Marine Corps says the few, they mean it.
One line about that.
They meant it's just you doing all the work. Like,
yeah, for real.
They're doing just like this on that commercial. The few, in other words, they're saying your ass ain't gonna make it, but the few, that do.
Literally one or two of you.
The few, the crowd, the few.
Because think about it, they can't give you those boot camp numbers, because if they did, and they were like, yeah, only about 30% of the class graduates. People were like, "What? I'm not going."
That's crazy.
Huh?
Were you in the military, Scorpio?
Oh hell no.
Oh, good.
He was not. Yeah, Scorpio was definitely.
Let me tell you something. They tried. Imagine me in the military. You coming up in my face. Get down and give me 20. Bitch, fuck you.
Yeah, you ain't gonna know.
No, I ain't giving you no 20. Get out my face. Why are you yelling in my face, bro?
we had to do, and I'm gonna tell you this: like, if you would have did that, I would have promised you, don't go in the Marine Corps doing that. Because I say that for one reason.
Yeah, they will make.
We had a dude. Yeah, we had a dude. That guy, he was there for a year. I did not know you could stay on Paris Island that long, but they kept recycling him to the beginning. So it's like in the Marine Corps and stuff, when you go through boot camp, you get recycled, but you can get recycled through phases. And we have 3 phases, because we're there for 13 months roughly. Yeah. So like you have your different phases. And so like they can, like if you got to swim call and failed, and let's say you are already a shitbird in their eyes, they can recycle you all the way back to the beginning of that phase. And then sometimes they can recycle you. Okay, we'll just recycle you to the beginning of the swim call.
Yeah,
but sometimes they'll recycle you.
But you want to know what the crazy part is? If I would have went into that area, I would have chose the Marines.
You probably would have. Honestly, you probably would have enjoyed it.
I probably would have loved the Marines.
Probably would have liked it.
Yeah, I chose the Marines because the commercial was badass. The uniform was badass, and like I've heard, like my cousin was a Marine, my uncle was in the Air Force, and my cousin is in the Army, and so I came from the family of military, and they always say the Marines is the toughest, the hardest, and I'm just like, that's what I want.
Why not do the toughest and hardest?
Talking smack about it if I graduated boot camp and make it out there. And I was a skinny little kid when I was in high school. I was barely 100 pounds, and people thought I wasn't gonna last. But then, like, I never repeated any cycle. I passed every freaking test. It was kind of weird how like the supposedly strong people that are out there,
will get recycled,
doesn't make it, because a lot of it is just mental, So I think of it right now. I can think of it as like basically like a, how y'all familiar with Hunter x Hunter. The anime.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
When you take your hunter exam and then you find out there's some dude that's been there like 3 or 4 times already, and he's just there to fuck other people up. Like that's basically how it is in boot camp, because you got people that are just recycled and they don't give a shit, and so all they would do is just like, do trouble for the entire platoon and just make your life miserable. So, and then you have to work around that, and then
because that's how that kid was. He was there for a whole year, and that was the reason why he kept staying, because he would give attitude, and they're just like, okay. And like first he got hurt, and then he got recycled, because they go through a process. They'll send you to like the platoon for if you're injured, and then sometimes they'll send you to PCP, which is what we call pork chop platoon, which is like
my buddy was I'm not gonna say any names, but my buddy was in it, because I went with a buddy program, so I went with a friend. So they made sure we were like bunk mates, you know what I mean? We sleep. Yeah, and then he was overweight, and he got picked on a lot, and it was bad, dude. Like I got lucky because they found out I could draw, And
You were an artist recruit. That was one question I was going to ask, because I was too. I was an artist recruit too. It saved my life.
All it did to me is like I get to sleep an hour later than everybody else, and I get to wake up an hour earlier than everybody else. So instead of doing 1 hour fire watch, I'm actually doing 2 hour watch from the beginning of the night and the end of the night, because those 2 hours is where they stick me in the closet to go draw and paint, their covers and stuff, and so we can show it off to the family for graduation. And I did
Foot lockers and things like that.
I did get a little bit of I wouldn't say special treatment. They still treated me like crap, but still, it's I got a little bit more privilege than other people because of the fact that I could draw.
You know what it is? It was straight up like. Hear me out. This is gonna sound bad, but it was like Stockholm syndrome, because like you said, you didn't get treated like any different, but they'll just come in and be like, "Hey, here's a cookie."
Sometimes
I'm painting on my kids.
You got to know your drill instructor a little bit more, making them a bit more human than just robot.
Yeah.
And sometimes
exactly.
my DI would come in there and like he would call me like mighty ant or little ant or whatever, because he said he reminds me of an ant because I'm so little, but I'm carrying 100 times my weight. And it's like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but like, okay, I'll take it. But like, it's they sometimes they hand me like a nutrition bar or something. So they try to feed me as much as they can. I was double rationed because I was so skinny, and I still lost weight after boot camp. So like, it was so bad. But so anyway, so getting back to the progress is that. But first of all, if anybody is listening that is in the military, I'm just gonna say that while I've had a lot of rough experiences in the military, I would still say that I owe a lot to it. And I am grateful that I was in the military, and it taught me discipline, and it taught me a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have right now if it wasn't for the military. It also gave me a lot of shit, but neither here or there. But like, so.
it was most definitely a love-hate. Like I had my, like you're saying with you, I had my bad times, but then I had my times where I was like, actually, I had fun doing that. Like this was fun. Like I have my memorable times. So.
Oh, also, by the way, you guys that are out there, always remember, never say the word ex-Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
That's why we say former, because we're still that. We're just no longer in the uniform.
I had a buddy that did that. I had called him an ex-Marine one time, and he looked at me, and I was like, "What?" He was like, "I'm not an ex-Marine. Once a Marine." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
They get offended.
Yeah, they get very offended when you call them ex-Marine.
Like,
the army does. The army does that though. They say ex-soldier, but I think they say it because they think it sounds cool.
Yeah,
ex-soldier, like it sounds like they got special powers. But because that was the one thing too, because like a lot of people were like, okay, you're about to get out, so are you an ex-soldier or are you a former Marine? I'm like, well, both, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm technically I'm both. I'm an ex-former.
Ex-former.
I'm a transformer. Oh man.
My ex-former
Marine.
What are you? I'm an ex-former. Like, what the hell is that?
What the hell is that?
The hell is that?
And people already look at me cross-eyed when I told them I was in 2. They was like, "Damn, you couldn't get enough. You just went right back in." I'm like, well, I had bills. It's like
I'm an adult. Yeah, I gotta do it.
Yeah, it's like it was like I was still a kid. Not a kid, but still in that kid age, like before you get bills. Then I probably would have been like, I'll stay out, because like I said, I went to college first, like, and then 9/11 happened, and then I'm telling my age. 9/11 happened, and then that summer, so actually July 4th, 2002. So that almost a year later, I went to the recruiter, and then I left to go to Paris Island in November. And the crazy part was, like, I get there
July 4th of 2002.
between Veterans Day and Marine Corps birthday, so they already hated us.
July 4th
when we got there.
July 4th of 2002. That was 2 months after I graduated from high school.
Dang.
I graduated from high school May 24th of 2002.
Yep, I was like, I had to call my mom up. because first I was going to go in the Air Force because I did Air Force RTC in high school, and then I was in the Air Force, well, the Air Force JRTC in high school, and then in college, when I was at North Carolina A&T, I was in Air Force RTC because I was actually about to go through the pilot program and everything. Like if I would have stayed in school, that next summer I could have went to like the training and stuff to fly. And so I was like, my mom came up. I was like, Mom, I'm gonna do it. She's like, Are you sure? I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And she's like, I come from a military family too. She was Army. And so like she gets up, she's like, so Air Force? You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm going Air Force. So my granddad was retired as a Marine. And both my parents were in the Army. So went up there. Air Force had a sign up that said out to lunch. I should have took that as a sign of what to expect going into the Air Force. But I was like, I told my mom, I was like, if I don't do it now, I'm probably not going to. So, and lo and behold, Marine Corps staff sergeant stand outside his door, like
just so happen to be standing outside when they're at lunch.
Yeah, just happen to be standing outside when they're like, I'm guessing that's how they got a lot of people want to go Air Force.
That's the thing. That's how I joined the Marines, because I first, because my uncle was trying to get me to the Air Force because he was the Air Force chief. So I tried to get onto the Air Force recruiting, and but the only one closest to my house that I didn't have a car. I walked everywhere in high school, so the only one I can walk to was the Marine Corps recruiter. But he drove me to the Air Force recruiter, which is like 2 hours away, and nobody was there. They're never at work. And then I tried to schedule. I try to schedule a meeting with them and trying to get something going. They're like, oh yeah, come to this day. Bro, we came back that same day. Nobody was there. And then the guy was like, oh yeah, we forgot about it. We had something going on. We were doing an off day or whatever it is. Bro, we came there twice and nobody was there. And I was like, okay, I'm not joining a military branch like that. That's not discipline. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. And then the Marine Corps recruiter that's been taking me places at the same time, he's been taking me to restaurants, paying for my food, driving me everywhere. And I'm just like, he's like, I like
they look out for
you know, like
they look out for you.
He's like, hey, man, if I know you still want to, I'm not gonna try to change your mind about the Air Force, but
that's how they get you.
Right. And then he said every Tuesday we do this workout, with the pulleys. You're called pulley before recruit. So if you want to join, man, no pressure or anything. You just want to work out with us to see the guys. So I got to meet a lot of people the same age as me trying to join the Marines, and they all were like very determined people, very motivated, and I was a Boy Scout when I was little, so I was like, all of that is just kind of like put together, like camaraderie, all of it. It just clicked on me. I'm like, you know what? I want to be a badass Marine now, and that's 8 years later after that, and now this is me. Like,
here we
are. This is the crazy part, because like at first when the Air Force did that, and it's funny that you have a similar story. I wonder how many other people who went in the Marine Corps got the same story with the Air Force. But this is the crazy part that I learned: the Air Force gets their quota so fast that they're just like,
they don't care.
They don't care. No. They get it like
they don't have to work hard for it
because that's the branch that everybody wants to go into. But with the Air Force, you got to be smart. Like if you ain't, it's like as far as like branches from, I would say hardest to easiest to get into. The hardest is the Air Force. Second hardest is the Marine Corps. Then the Navy. Then the Army.
Yeah, I have a very high ASVAB. I can't remember the score, but I know I had a very high ASVAB, so I knew I was qualified for Air Force. And I was just, it wasn't. Yeah. But anyway, so
like I know I'd have been jobbed up, but they weren't there, and then that was the crazy part. Like the Marine staff. Gosh, I can't remember my recruiter's last name, but he got me in there, and I just looked at my mom. I was like, "Well, Granddad did it." I know it's in my blood. I grew up near Camp Lejeune, so I knew what to expect. So I was like, I was probably lived about 45 minutes from Camp Lejeune. Like my grandma lived in Jacksonville, like where Camp Lejeune was at. So I grew up near it. So I was like, I know what to expect. And then we sat down, and you know how they make you do the pre-ASVAB before they decide if they really want to waste time with you.
Yeah, like
so that was the first thing we did. He was like, all right, we need to do that. That was the first thing we did. And then we started asking the questions and stuff. And he asked me if I smoked weed, like, because he knew I was in college. He knew I went to North Carolina A&T. So he asked me if I smoke weed like 7,000 different ways, and I'm just like, I've never done drugs.
Have you ever inhaled a
Yeah.
smoke that was not set by a fire?
Exactly, like all sorts of ways they were asking. And then he was like, "So what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to go infantry and then force recon." And then he like looked at me and he looked at my scores that I got back there. He was like, no, hell no.
Yeah.
No. He was like, I can't let you do that. He was like, your scores even there on the practice, he was like, they're too high, you know. So I was like, oh. My mom's like, why do you want to do that? Why don't you be admin? We're about to go to war. I was like, Mom, I think we're going anyway. Like, I don't think it mattered my MOS. You know, so
at that time there was no choice. That was during 9/11. Yeah, they was.
I was like, I think we're all going. I was like, I think they're going to have admin people out there throwing pencils, so we're all going. We're after that, everybody's going. Lottie dottie, everybody. It's
no matter. Yeah.
Don't matter. You know, so but I did do admin for her, and then they had me on some weird MOS that no one heard about because, you know, 3rd Battalion is like, that's where all the infantry dudes go, like as far as recruiting. So everybody I was beside was like, well, you know, we're all 0300 anyway when we go in because that's how they work. Your infantryman first, you know, in the Marine Corps. Yeah, you even get infantry training if you're not infantry. Yeah, like you'll get infantry like MCT. You'll get that after boot camp if you're not infantry. So to like spice you up a little bit, but everybody else was going for infantry, and I was going for MOS that they did not know. They looked at the numbers like, I don't know what this is. Like they were reading everybody's MOS off to them, and then they got to mine, and they was like, "What the fuck is this? Do y'all know what this is?" And one of my drill instructors was like, "That must be some secret squirrel shit." I'm like, "Where are y'all sending me?" Like I started getting nervous. I was like, "I don't even want to graduate. What if they send me to Antarctica and I go into a fucking bunker somewhere?"
Oh wow!
Or you go on the other side of the Antarctica wall and find out that there is an actual dinosaur here.
Yeah. Oh, it is flat Earth.
there is giants over here.
Yeah.
They're sending me to Mars.
The red planet.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You know, television already gives us the idea about Marines anyway. Like every time you see a Marine in TV, they're fighting aliens. So when they didn't know what my MOS is, I was a creator. Like I said, I've been writing since the 1st grade, so my mind was all over the place. I was like, where? They better walk me through a fucking portal. Like, congratulations, you graduated. Go this way. And walk through a portal and up in another universe. Like, here's your laser.
She was waiting to see them aliens. Like,
wait, I was like, please, y'all don't know my.
You thought you signed up for Starship Troopers, huh?
Oh
yeah, for real, right? I'm about to go fight some bugs. Now, honestly, I wouldn't do that. Starship Troopers. That body toll was insane. I don't know if I could do that.
That's insane. Yeah,
everybody was dying like that. No.
I literally just watched Starship Troopers again the other days. That's why it's stuck in my head. So
I need to watch it. I try to watch it once or twice a year. I need to watch it. Time to watch it. That's an old guilty pleasure right there. So let me ask you this: what's the ultimate goal with your artwork? What is it that you see yourself really like? Because we know that you do the weightlifting belts, but I know that you were telling me something on backstage, so I'm not going to mention that unless you want to. But like in the end, like, do you see yourself like merging the art side with your cinematographer side and like bringing that in more? Like eventually, maybe working for a studio or starting your own studio, or where do you see yourself? Where do you see this taking you?
Well, next year there's already a plan going, focusing more on the videography side of it, especially trying to focus more on high quality TikTok and YouTube, combining my videography and comedy. So, but also priority is also obviously in all of that, the whole overarching theme would be the art of me doing art, but implementing more videos and more comedy, because that's what people love. They want to be entertained. And nowadays, it's if you just competing with other artists, showing your progress videos, like every thousands of artists on Instagram, you're not gonna shine.
You gotta do something.
Yeah.
So, you got to do something different. Because I even noticed, like, when I did one, I did it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll say it after you answer the question. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. And because that's what I've learned with the weightlifting belt. Like when I was painting shoes, nobody was paying attention to me because there's thousands of custom artists out there painting shoes.
Paint shoes.
All of a sudden, I painted a weightlifting belt. Now, all of a sudden, like the guy with weightlifting belt. I didn't even start this trend. Like, I people always try to give me credit to be the first ever weightlifting belt artist, but later on, I found out somebody followed me and that paints weightlifting belts in China. But he has been doing this forever, and he was a power lifter and everything. And you know, I used to be in weightlifting, but I never wore like weightlifting belt. I was not like that. But the fact that it was just so different, it became a disruptor in the market of custom art. And that's why it became so popular. And then once I knew what I was getting myself into, I tried to double down on it. Rather than, I know a lot of artists, oh, my commission is full for the next 2 weeks or a month, I'm going to close my commission and not take commissions. What I started doing is when the demand started rising, I started to increase the price, you know, as I go for each one. I hired a manager to manage the emails, invoicing, and, you know, now my manager is reaching out to different brands, and, you know, I'm collaborating. You know, this year alone, we've collaborated with Gymshark, Stance, and Skylight. So all heavy, heavy players in the, I would say, you know, obviously Gymshark, heavy player in the fitness industry, and then Stance with the apparel industry, and then Skylight, you know, they are a mental health fitness app that, you know, I'm very proud to be partnered with, because they really help people a lot. And when you download, I'm not trying to promote them or anything, but if you download their app, it's free. You know what I mean? Like, and you can watch my 4-minute video about gratitude. Like, they don't ask for a login. They don't ask for a subscription. Like, bro, it's all free. So,
wow. So they're just open source almost, in a sense.
Yeah, because they are a nonprofit organization, and it's all they want to do is to bring positivity and help people with mental health. And that kind of resonated with me, being in the military, being, you know, dealing with my own mental health as well. But to answer your question, with the ultimate goal is that, with all that being said, you and me, we've talked about this. I'm still hoping someday to finish my freaking graphic novel. Like, it's been such a long time. Hopefully someday with all this, but right now, like I said, when it comes to necessity on paying your house, your bills, you know, just living life as an adult, sometimes you have to choose whether, do I want to do the work that gets me paid, or do I want to do a passion work that is something I really want, but it's not going to get me paid in, you know, now, I guess, you know, it can pay me later, but now it won't. So I always try to prioritize what is getting me paid first, because that's what's paying the bills, and that's what keeps the lights turned on. And I would advise this to a lot of artists, and I preach this all the time when people ask me for advice. It's like, bro, don't just stick to paint. I have a lot of anime friends. I like, don't just stick to anime. If someone asks you something, if you can paint something out of your normal type, let's say you paint anime, and then someone asks you to paint a dog. One trick that I would say is that raise your price and say, yeah, I can paint the dog. So just if the client accept that deal, and now you have gained more money now for painting a dog. And if they say no, you can just be like, okay, good. I'm glad that I don't have to paint that for cheap. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just got to understand the value of what you're trying to sell. And a lot of the art right now in social media, it's all about marketing yourself and how you can gain other people's attention. And we all know that, you know, it's not a surprise, but it's just that a lot of the times as artists, we tend to just show the work and hope people to show up, but that's not the case. So, but that's the ultimate goal, man. It's just to next year right now is to work to focus more on videography and YouTube, and showing my face more, I guess, because manager have advised me to start. Like, we don't like the word influencer, but my advisor have advised me to start showing my face more, because with the way we're working with different brands now, that my art alone is not going to cut it. It has to be something that's me now, because we talked about it backstage. I can go in more depth on later episodes if you have me on again on how to get brand deals and stuff. But
definitely to talk about that.
So I would say as an artist, commissions is good, but I would say brand deals is like a lot better if you can navigate that. But I'm on a tangent here. I'm sorry.
No, that's good for him. That was good info though, and we're definitely gonna bring you back for that brand thing, because
if people want to learn, like, I'm ready.
The listeners we have, like cosplayers and artists and things like that, they want to know how to get into that and how to break into this. So that'd be a good show to have. That might not even be an interview show. That might be an open chat night show. Like I was telling you backstage, I would do that too. We'll bring you back for that. But like I understand what you were saying about the disruptor part, because I even noticed that even with me, like whenever I would just post pictures and stuff, and or when I first started doing reels, I would just post pictures of like, and then the reel I have it where it's like changing the like the comic page. But then when I started using the sounds, but then using pages from and panels from the comics to like in a sense act it out like it was doing a skit, that like people started noticing me from there, and that's why I noticed a lot of followers. So I was like, oh, okay, because I guess like nobody was really doing that with comics, which I thought I saw it, but I guess I was one of I'm not gonna say the first, because I'm pretty sure there's probably somebody out there who was doing it, and I just didn't see them. But I know that was one of the things that people liked when I started doing that. Like even whenever I did for stars, like instead of just showing like my progress, I went a little bit farther, like how you saw on TikTok, where people would just show like the pencil and then they'll do like this and then it shows the colors. So I took that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take that a little bit further, and I did it with the script. So like the script was up there, and then I erased the script and you saw the pencils, then I erased that and you saw the inks, and then I erased that, you saw the colors, and then I erased that, you saw the, you know, the lettering it came in. And a lot of people like that. They were like, oh, because they got to see the actual process of how a comic book goes from script to final, you know. And so like those are a lot of things that I'm really gonna lean into heavily next year.
That's the whole reason
I've been writing a lot of scripts.
And that's the whole reason why TikTok is so popular, the disruptor thing, because now a lot of the creators that you see on TikTok that are very popular, it's not very aesthetically pleasing. A lot of them, they do all their stuff behind the scenes, and they basically, I feel like you're just watching them talk behind the scene or what they would put in their story. It's not very like quality edited, but the information is there, people get it, and people feel like it's intimate in a way that they could have access in your life like that. And that's what people resonate with, and that's how they follow people now. It's becoming like, you know, this shift of people's mindset, and you know, just the value now is different. It's not more aesthetic, it's more about the actual thing now. So which is a good thing, because now people like us are gonna win because we actually have value to bring, not just look at me, I'm cool or whatever. Like we're, you know, I see a lot of like Instagram pages that are like,
they do them dances on TikTok.
Like, oh, that's the one thing I've never done. Like, I would lose followers if I started dancing.
I know.
So
I couldn't do it. I think the first time I actually did myself in a full on, like full video, like, because every video I've done, what you've seen, like I'll be sitting in my chair. But the first time I did myself where you saw my full body was with that the shirt, and people leave it like that because they like the transitions.
Yeah, there you go. I love that.
You know, so I was like, So, which honestly, you inspired that. Like you inspired that from, because I remember when you did the one for the jacket that you got, which is he's wearing right there, the Cypher Team Alpha jacket right there. So like, so when you got that though, you did that video, and that inspired me. Oh yeah, he drew that card for me too.
Hell yeah,
that's gonna be coming. You see who that is, right, Scorpio?
No, I don't.
And is it a hard case? You don't see who that is in that card?
No.
Yeah, this is a sketch card that I did for Ty.
He did a sketch card for me. You know who that is, Scorpio.
There you go.
So is that my baby?
Not coping, just like ink markers. So what it is it's a sketch card. This is something new I'm introducing, so I'm gonna do a shameless plug here while I have it up there. So,
it's all right. It's about cool. Go ahead.
Scorpio don't care. It's about Kunoichi.
So, here it is. So I'm selling this for like $20 a piece, right? So you get one blank sketch card, and you get an original drawing from me. Because right now, if you ever visited my TikTok, you just go to one random comment section, you'll see a lot of hate on people hating on my pricing. Okay. So
Yeah. I've had to jump on some people in his comments for that.
yeah,
The
exactly.
dude's like, I'll go to my cousin. We're like,
well,
go to your cousin then.
my solution to that is a $20 sketch card. You know, they get original work from me, and they they get a one of one, and it's win-win for everyone. It's cheap and it's original and something I spent time
sealed.
on, and get to have their favorite characters. So because I understand not everyone is into weightlifting belt. I still don't know how I'm able to stay steady on that. I'm booked until April now for weightlifting belt, and it's like it's mind blowing, bro. Like I'm not even saying that just to brag about it. I just like I'm still mind blown about it.
I get it.
It's not something you see every day.
Yeah.
And
that's how I feel. That's how I felt. I get what you're saying, because that's how I felt when people started wanting to cosplay my characters. I was like, wait, what? Yo, what? Like, because Mimgo was the first person that I asked, really. Yeah, she was the first person that I actually reached out to and asked. But then from there, it's just like more people started, and then
I meant to
SJ
ask you
came
about
on, and
that.
Jay
Like,
and everybody else.
Like, what
it's crazy.
Do you feel about like people doing that? Like, because as a person trying to do my own graphic novel, I try to imagine sometimes, oh, what if people cosplay my character? But like, people are actually doing that to your comic books that you made, bro. Like,
yeah,
I want to know like your thoughts behind, like, I don't know. Are you proud?
Honestly, I am. I'm incredibly like I. It's almost like it is weird. Like, I guess I won't say it's not weird to me, but I think some folks will say it's weird because these are my characters. I created them. But when I see people cosplay them, I'm fangirling over it. You get what I'm saying? Like, like I'm like, oh my God, like, wow, you brought them to life. And I'm actually like on the verge of tears, like 100%. Like,
right.
I love what they do, and it's always it's crazy. And like a lot of people are like, well, it's your character, and I'm like, nah, but somebody went out of their way to either make that or buy it. Or buy the part, the pieces to do it. Like, they spent their money to get the pieces and they brought my character to life. Like, that's
insane.
Oh, that's insane. That's wild.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like that's one of the reasons why I don't want to get too big, because I still want to have that connection with folks. Like that's when they do it, I can still have that connection. Because if I get the Marvel and DC big, it'd be like it'd be just about.
We could just
what movie premiere can I send you to? We can just you can promote me.
We could just get Nicki. Look, just get Nicki Minaj big, where she's still close to her fans, but she's big till no one can't touch her.
Yeah, that's a pretty good size.
No matter how much hate you put on that child.
See, but with me, like, I ain't gonna be too worried.
Oh, Rihanna gets a lot of love from her fans too.
Rihanna too. She's close with her fans too.
Yeah,
I love those people that are close to they're big, but they're close to their fans. Lizzo is one too.
Yeah, Lizzo too. Yeah, and that's what I want to do. Like, the bigger I get, I still want to remain. Yeah, Taylor Swift was pretty close. She's pretty close.
She got the craziest fans, by the way. Like,
yep. But that is one thing. Like, if I do get big, that's one thing I'm gonna do. Like, I will probably, like, because when you get to a certain level, like how you are with your belts and everything that you've been doing, people will look at it like, oh, but that's snobbish. They're gonna forget. But you do have to hire help. You got to hire a manager. And I think for me, what I would do, like, if I got that big to where it was like once a week I'm talking to Netflix about things, and then I got books coming out, I would personally hire a manager that'll be like, your whole job is to keep me in touch with my fans. Don't answer for me, just keep me in touch with them. You know, just to make sure that I stay in touch with my fans and everything like that.
So the way it works for me and my manager is that, like, I'm not in the shadow every time, obviously, because I'm the main guy. So what my manager does is she's like a liaison between me and the brand, and she sets up appointments, and she has my entire calendar like predicted or already forecasted until like April and May. And basically she's a Swiss Army knife when it comes to administrative work for me, because if I don't have to spend time setting up schedule, doing calendars, sending invoices, telling people, hey, pay this, or this is your whatever, that takes a lot of time from creativity and creating art. And so now I just get to like focus on creating art and focus on creating videos and stuff like that. But so with my manager, when it comes to brand deals, like a little snippet is that we would both talk to them, and she makes sure that even with the DMs, with the Zoom calls, it's basically she's like my PR as well, because she makes sure I don't say stupid things, like because I will fight people in my comment section. So I fight people all the time in my DMs and comment section. So she makes sure that I don't say anything stupid that would get me canceled, pretty much. So
Yeah. Richard say he is not Beyonce. He will clap back.
no, nobody could be Beyonce, bro. Beyonce is like
Beyonce don't clap back at
unattainable.
all. She just
Yeah.
comes to make a record or either happen. Just come and make a record and shut you up.
Wouldn't that be the most embarrassing thing on the planet? Like you say something real bad to Beyonce and she just come out with a new album. Bitch in my DMs.
That's what happened to.
That'd be the song, Bitch in my DMs, and she'll be talking about you the whole time. That gotta be embarrassing.
That's what. Look,
I'm actually okay with that, to be honest.
Hey, how you think Eminem felt when he dissed Michael Jackson in one of his songs, and Michael Jackson went and bought the company and bought his masters, and every time he sung, Michael Jackson got paid.
That is the flex of all flexes.
And Michael Jackson didn't respond. He just went and bought the company, bought your masters. Okay, go ahead, talk about it. Sing that song wholeheartedly. You better sing that song, boy. Go ahead.
Yep, that man. That's
all the way to
the flex. That's the flex of all flex. That's honestly, that's the level of big I want to be. Not famous, but rich. That's the level of big I want to be. When somebody says something stupid about Sovereign Comments, I just go buy your boss.
Go buy your company. Just go buy your whole brand and just be like, okay, now you have to answer to me. Now you have to go to this one.
How you do it?
Yep. That's what Disney did. No, it felt like Disney kind of did that with like Fox and everything else. Like, oh, you got something to say here?
Yeah. Oh, you won't let us have the X-Men? We'll just buy the entire company.
We'll just buy your entire company.
No, we have everything.
Yeah, right. That's a flex. Like, all right. That's the way I want to be flexing here in about 10 to 15 years. Somebody say something crazy, I just buy the company.
Or either some artist say something crazy about me in a song, I just go and buy your masters. So just be like, say that song, boy.
Don't sing that song.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tell them how much you hate me.
Go ahead.
Said the same thing. Beyonce don't clap back. She collect money.
Exactly. She does not clap back at all.
That's some that's some flexing.
Well, no, she didn't clap back except for one singer that said something bad about her in a song, and now she's like, she's still there, but she's not there on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Hilson, I loved her. I still love her. But she said something. She sold Beyonce in a song, "Why Don't You Go Have Kids?" I'm just like, she said something bad, and next thing you know, producers dropped her. She did one concert, and they showed the inside of the concert. It was like 5 or 6 people there, and I was like, oh my God. And they said that's what they said. Don't say anything bad about Beyonce or her kids.
But then again, she was married to Jay when that happened, because her and Jay-Z been married for. That's why Jay. I like when people mention Illuminati and they say Jay-Z is in it. He's like the one person I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. Especially for the music side. Like, I think he just has tendrils in everything as far as music.
I truly believe that, because yeah, they have a picture of him. He's in the higher Masons, so yeah, he has control.
So here's what I would say about the Freemasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have so many conspiracies. I would say, so before I joined the Marines, I can say for a fact that I was in the Freemason. I made it all the way to 3rd degree Master Mason. I never made it to Shriners or anything, 32nd, anything like that. Mm-hmm. But it's not like that at all. It's not like a conspiracy. It's like you go in there with a bunch of other dudes that are like doing like rituals and stuff, but it's like, I don't know. I guess it would be kind of weird for the uninitiated to see that, but it has purpose and it has meaning to it. And I feel like all my life, like that's probably why I also joined the Marine Corps, because I always look for some kind of a very strong structure in my life, like it's all the way with that. But I guess, I don't know. I was only a Master Mason. I was not like the God level people. Like, I guess they wouldn't tell me the secret if they knew something. I don't know. But like, I don't want to get shut down because the Illuminati might be listening, but like,
all of a sudden the page just goes down like you are no longer alive.
but what I'm saying is like when I was in, it was basically all we did is a lot of charity. We did a lot of volunteering and raising money for for the hospitals and just helping people and just doing good for other in the community. So
that's how the Freemasons, that's how they get good energy back and can make all that money, because they're doing good. See, it's crazy. Like they'll bring up a conspiracy theory, but when you tell them no, just put good energy in the universe and that good energy will come back. They look at you like crazy.
I don't know if I should be saying this, but all I'm saying is that in a meeting in a Freemason, you will never know if you are sometimes. That's why networking is very important, because sometimes you will never know who the next meeting who you would be sitting with. You might be sitting with the freaking mayor or freaking like somebody CEO of a big company. You just never know, depending, because and every year we do a conclave and we all get together and stuff. But like, I might have said too much, but like, no, I'm not. I'm not in there anymore. All right, I'm not.
No. I was going to say he started blinking and looking crazy.
After I joined the Marine, when I joined the Marine Corps, I've lost contact. So I've lost. I've stopped. I stopped going to meetings and stopped paying my dues. So I'm not technically a member anymore. So that's all I'm saying. From my experience, it's all like all charities and all doing good for the community. And networking.
Said, no, she clapped back her husband with lemonade and her sister. Yeah, for real, she did.
Let me tell you something.
Lemonade was a whole clap back.
And that was the whole opportunity for her to make more money. I just had this feeling.
They were smart with that because Jay-Z did an album about it too. They were smart with that. They were okay. The video's out. Let's make an album.
I don't think Jay-Z cheated on her. I think that was part of like a little plot thing. Yeah. And she did that, and you played on that too.
No, because everybody was like, "How can Jay?" It was funny. Everybody was like, "How can Jay-Z cheat on her? Look at him."
I guarantee you.
And I even said it. I was like, I don't think he did. I think this is a publicity stuff. Just like I will say this, and people can say whatever. I still think Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was publicity.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I still think it was.
Yeah. It wasn't even a real slap.
Was so off the wall, man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere, just slap. I think Will Smith said, "I'm tired. I want to retire." Okay, just go slap Chris Rock. Okay, I'm gonna slap.
Yeah, like I know, right? I don't want to come to any more of these. I don't want to come to any more of these.
Y'all wasted my time. So I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna slap.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna slap you.
I'm gonna slap you.
Remind people I'm from West Philly.
Because ain't nobody gonna. You're not gonna let just anybody slap you in the face like that, and all you say is "Okay, slap, man, slap me. I'm gonna beat your ass."
And Will Smith got a movie coming out too. That's what I'm saying. Like, because they were like,
yeah.
He
never got canceled.
Everything.
Like, he never got canceled. Like, he's still making movies. Like, what the heck?
Watch what happen. He's gonna end up winning from this movie because it's
and they gonna end up.
I forget the name of it's Emancipation.
Oh, I know what it is, bro. It's so Will Smith has always been like, and now we're going to another conspiracy. Okay, so Will Smith has always been like the good guy. He was the Fresh Prince, and he's always been looked at as the good guy, right? This is his like him slapping Chris Rock would be some kind of like a villain arc.
That was his heel turn.
And then him winning an award for Emancipation, that movie, would be his redemption arc. You know what I mean? Like, because he needs a complete story. I don't know, man.
Yep. Like I told people, I was like, that was staged. Like, how do you know? I was like, he just had to remind people who's from West Philly because everybody was talking trash about the whole August thing. He was like, let me remind people I'm from West Philly.
Sometimes
and that's what, because they were friends. That's the weird part too. Is like y'all were friends. Y'all are friends. I think still, even to this, I think they're still friends. So it's just like
if you actually look at the slap, you can actually see his hand go down and hit his other hand and make that clapping noise.
Really?
He did not slap him. That was not a slap.
Asuna is here.
Hi,
what's up, Asuna? I think this is the first show you've caught. Go ahead and follow my YouTube channel so you don't miss any more. How you doing?
Get that notification, Asuna.
Yep. Follow, share, like.
Hit that notification bell.
All of it.
Yes, all of that. Share.
Yes, you are. You are here. Because like I got a whole bunch of some new videos coming soon. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Which, you know, me and you're gonna talk about some things. Like we're gonna talk about some things. So I hope y'all are ready. Because we got a video coming that we're gonna do. Remember, I still want to do that. So make sure you record your end for the card. You record your end, and then I'm record. Remember I told you I want to do a video with that?
Okay.
Whenever you send it, you record your side, and then I'll record my side. That's gonna be the first.
Me sending it, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, and then like me receiving it, and then opening it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it more. We'll talk about it more.
All right, cool.
But we're gonna do more collaborations, y'all. So it's gonna be fun.
Collaborations.
Yep, it is. Hold on, let me see. Oh, you've been on here before? Oh, you already subscribed. My bad, Austin. I'm sorry.
Oh, dang.
Subscribe again, Austin.
You setting the record straight, bro.
Yep. Should let me know. Oh man. Well, hold on. Where we at? Yeah, we almost to 1:30. So Richard, go ahead and tell the folks out there where they can find you, and I know you're doing the sketch cards. So for y'all and explain that to them too, like with the sketch cards, like is it any character?
Yeah, so the sketch cards that I'm doing is like so every time I go live on TikTok, I'm usually painting my weightlifting belts, but for next year I'm gonna try to do every time I go live, I'll be drawing more sketch cards like these. So that way a lot of the people, you know, the belts are exclusively for people that have budgets for it. And I truly understand with today's economy and people, you know, sometimes you just want a little bit of something, just a little cool small things, and sketch card is perfect for that. And it's $20, and you get to have your favorite character on a card. And the good thing about it is it's kind of like a collectible. Basically, you're like collecting a baseball card, and if your friends have some sketch cards from me or wherever, you can trade your card to other friends. Basically, like a trading cards for anime, bro. So
I ain't trading Kunoichi for nobody.
We already know you're going to end up drawing another Kunoichi. That's what Scorpio's going to want drawn.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, that's what he's going to want drawn for sure.
Yeah, and I guess if you're about to kick me out, so you. Here's my username on, like, I guess if you just Google my name, Richard Bantigue, it will I'm the first one who pops on Google with my name, Richard Bantigue. So on any social media, you can just type Bantigue Arts, and that's it. I like using my name because I guess if you know people can't pronounce it, but the good thing about it is that it's very unique, so you can find it easily.
See, my name Tyrone Jackson. There's like 5.5 million of us in the U.S. alone. I'm over exaggerating, but still, there's a lot of us.
Look, Tia, you know I gotta say it. Okay, he has branding. You Google his name, is the first one that pops up. He's booked until April and May. So Richard, you think you're better than us?
No, not at all. No. I just stay busy. I gotta keep the lights on, and I gotta hustle. So right now, that's all I'm doing. So I feel that. I would say it would. If there ever comes a day where all I'm doing is like, oh, today I'm gonna paint a shape on a canvas and sell that for millions of dollars, that would be the day where I truly say, yep, I made it. But right now it's like a hustling phase right now, and building community and you know, getting like-minded people like us to come together, and so we, you know, move forward, you know, together.
Exactly. We can create our own multiverse.
Yep.
Boom.
Do a lot of things. Be great. Kind of already. Yeah, we can.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
No, see, stop. I'm thinking about stuff.
God damn it,
Scorpio. You know you can't be doing stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
What do you? I mean to ask, what do you do? I assume you're an artist, Scorpio. Like,
I am a writer. Creator. I'm a writer.
Okay.
I have characters that I've created. I actually have a comic book that's we're gearing towards summer of next year. It's coming out, The Agent. If you go on my page, I actually just reposted the cover of it. I have Daniel, who I have the baddest artist that I've ever seen. I love. literally took the image out of my head and put it on paper. How he did it, I don't know, without even meeting me. So he managed to do that.
That's chemistry right there.
Yeah, it is. So so I have that comic book, and I'm currently working on book number 3 and creating other characters. I do have another character that I just created. Well, no, that I've created already, but I just enhanced her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a her. So yeah.
Nice. Well, send me your info after this. I'll give you a shout out on my Instagram.
Sure. No problem.
I know Ty is ready to kick me out. He's like, this guy talk forever.
No, no, not at all.
Oh, please. We can talk all night.
Like I said, bro, I just ate dinner earlier. Like, I'm full. I got my water, bro. Like,
I ate right here on the show. I'm good.
yes, you did.
Hey, for y'all out there, because everybody out there, that my cosplay friends, I just did that. I don't know if y'all heard it. Y'all know how we can talk about this. Y'all know how AI art is like starting to really kick off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, incredibly. Like, I actually found one, and for the cover, I'm gonna start writing my anthology too. So the cover for my anthology, I already have the artwork done through the AI art, and it's freaking insane. This is exactly like the type of stories, because it's gonna be like futuristic stories and stuff that are going to be going into it, because it's gonna be a sci-fi anthology.
Yeah,
the cover's insane. So Lensa, I saw everybody doing it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this and see what I look like. And I don't know if y'all can see this. I might post it, but that's me right there. It's like,
no,
hold
I can't
on.
see that. That's a big old glare.
Can't see it.
No.
Has a glare. I might have to post it. To my but you can kind of see it right there in my hands.
What, did you provide your picture?
It looks like, man, that's Rainus. That's that's Rainus right there.
Bro, that looks like exactly like you. It's
for
much clear, but from what I can see, it looks like you.
Yeah, some of these are like insane. Like, I don't know.
What is it called?
Some of these are insane.
Like, I need to be downloading more crap on my phone.
Maybe next time, next episode, whatever, next season, you can talk about, because AI art and NFTs and all that stuff. So,
is Lensa.ai. It's an app though, so it's just an app. It's not even on the internet, so it's an app.
But I must say, this is my first official podcast, I guess. I've never said yes to.
This is your first
that have invited me. So,
thank you for that honor. Like, for real. Thank you for that honor of this.
It's going down in history, so you can say your first podcast was on the bridge.
On the bridge.
Crazy dreadhead boys. One was eating chicken.
I was telling Ty earlier, because I have a buddy that been trying to get us to do a podcast together, and it just never happened. And other people have invited me to their podcast, but I'm either always too busy or just don't want to do it because I don't feel like it, to be honest. But like with Tyrone, I'm like, I have to make time for this, because if I don't, it's never gonna happen. And it just so perfectly fit that I'm the last person in your first season, and now I'm like the final boss or something. I don't even know. It's just such a cool honor, for real, like that you invited me, even thought of me about going here. That's crazy, man. I appreciate that a lot. So
and it was a fun show, like always. All our shows are fun. Everybody enjoys them, and like I said, next year we got some stuff. Damn, they got me. I like Killmonger. I'm gonna post these.
Do it. I want to see it. Do it.
Yo, like the locks, the way they got my locks of some of these. Like,
what is it called again?
Lensa, Lensa. They call them magical avatars. I'm gonna pick my favorite 10. Yo, and some of these beard styles they gave me, like, I don't even want my shit to connect now. Like, I just wanted to, like, some of these styles is crazy. I think I might have to do them.
A Lensa photo/picture.
Yeah,
it's black with a white circle.
Yes.
Okay,
that's the one. Yes. I'm gonna pick my favorite 10.
I don't need to install this on my phone.
And they look like everybody else been posting stuff. They're like, man, these things doesn't even look like me. Like, all mine look like me.
I just want to see if it's going to give me Alex.
I'm starting to understand now why whenever I did that audition, they were just like, oh, you're good.
Have you ever
Get it
thought
now.
of doing
I think
NFT?
Me? I have. And I think I talked to you about it. Like I wanted to do it, but I had to. That's something else I do want to talk to you in depth about because I know you know a lot more than I do.
I had one, and I was out.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if my path would have been different if it wasn't for the weightlifting belt. Because when we were talking about it, that was before the weightlifting belt, and I was talking about
Yep.
NFT, and I was doing NFT art, and then I've already posted my first NFT, and I was ready to do my second one, and then the weightlifting belt happened, and then that's all she wrote. But I'm still
Yeah.
trying to get back into that because there's still a lot of utility in it. I know it's kind of the hype is down right now, but that's just how it is for any other new type of technology. It's just it goes up and down until it stabilizes.
And honestly, we should probably get into it this year because I think by 2025, 2026 is going to come back. It might come back sooner because what it's reminding me of is remember when Bitcoin first came out?
Yeah.
Everybody, like people were mining for it, and then everybody was like, no, I'm not doing that. They're going to get in your bank account and steal it and blah, blah, blah. So people got scared of it, just like how they do with NFTs. You had movie stars and stuff coming out saying, don't mess with it. Don't get Bitcoin while they were getting Bitcoin, which is the same thing that's going on with NFTs.
Saying it, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, everybody who went and mined Bitcoin back in 2007, 2008 are freaking millionaires right now. Because
that's how it happens.
So that's why I always tell folks, I'm like, when people start coming out, everybody's either fully against or fully for something. You might want to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Especially if they're fully against it.
Yeah,
especially
there's so many big players in the crypto space, so they're not going to let that die easily. Right now, it's kind of that down, but it's correcting itself. That's what I'm.
It's going through what is called the dark winter, the black winter, where it's like it goes down, and they say that's when you actually buy and load up on it.
Buy the dip.
Which I truly need to get back in. I truly need to start really doing that.
Not financial advice, though. Just
no.
in case someone's listening.
this is just what I'm doing, y'all. Y'all ain't gotta follow what I'm doing. But that's what it's called. And they say like it's gonna actually come back. So.
Yep. So it's like.
I mean, Metaverse, Facebook, it's still on. I mean, it will come back because of you got Facebook, you got Apple now doing their own version of the Metaverse. So it's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of
like what it is like once that stands up, that's when everything's gonna drop because like that's what it ultimately is like that people want to find out how to make money from it. Just the same thing happened with weed. Everybody was against it. No, we don't want to make it legal, and then they slowly started making things legal. And then you notice as soon as they're like it's legalized, all of a sudden all these freaking weed, manufacturers and distributing started popping up. No, they were already there because people were putting money into it, and then as soon as they made it legal, then everything started coming out.
Yeah, so not to go in too much more in depth about it. The collapse of FTX is basically the precursor to getting it regulated. Once the government regulate cryptocurrency, then you're gonna see a lot of fluctuate of people coming into the space because it would be a lot safer, or I would say safer. Yeah, so that's when you'll see a lot of people because they're gonna say, oh well, the government regulates it, and there's accountability now rather than back then or what's going on right now. There's not a lot of accountability, but when that starts happening, then you'll see a lot of people joining in, and that's the time actually not to join. The time is to join now, so that way when that time comes, you're already in the platform and you're one of the first early adapters. So
we're gonna have a couple of shows for Richard to come on. Talk some NFTs. We're gonna talk about how you can get how you can connect with brands. We got a lot. Got a lot of open chat nights next year. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. I don't ever
go outside much, and I don't talk to a lot of people. So you got me. Like,
oh man, well, thank you. We're gonna go ahead and end it here, folks. For everybody who was listening, everybody who came and joined us at the bridge, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We hope that you got to learn a little bit more about Richard Bantigue.
Bantigue, yes.
Bantigue?
Yep. Thank you.
I said it right this time.
Oh boy.
And the things that he does, we hope that you follow him for sure, especially since he has these sketch cards. Not to mention just his work. And he's also a Chimera, if y'all were wondering. He's a huge fan of the Soverse. So, so he is a Chimera.
Right
Yep. So, yep, follow him. And thank you all for meeting us here at the bridge. And we will see you next week for our last episode. We will be bridging the gap, putting the bridge back. Well, we'll be putting it down so we can go across it, and then putting it back up until season 2. There you go. Yeah. Yes. There you go, right there. Hold on.
Oh no.
Can't do that. We can't do the rock. We can't
do that.
No. We gotta do. Oh, that's ours right there. Bridge. There you go, right there.
Boy, you can't do.
There you go.
Come on.
Take a picture of that. Somebody take a picture of that so we can make it. Not mine. I'm gonna do it like a Illustrator or something. We get put it on a T-shirt. There you go. That's the bridge. That's the bridge right there.
Y'all got the picture.
But like I said, next week is gonna be our last show. So it's gonna be open chat night. I hope y'all can join us again. Richard, if you can fit it in your schedule next week, you can swing back by. So even if it's 5 minutes.
What time?
It'll be the same time, same day, same time. It's just gonna be an open chat.
Okay. Wait, so
that'll be
at 7:30?
Yep, everyone's at 7:30.
Yes, sir.
Huh. Well, if it's a regular schedule like that, I could definitely make that into possibility, because if it's a regular thing, then I could. I could adjust more easily when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. To make it, it is. It's a regular thing. The only time we do anything different is if the guest needs us to. Like we haven't done any. I don't want to say that. You know how that works.
What's that?
So we also leave the option for pre-recording too. So like if the guest can't make it, we'll do a pre-record. And then one time we did a Thursday, I think. Yeah, we did a Thursday one time. Yeah.
I'm glad we did this live. I was wanting to do like a pre-recorded thing, but I think this is so much better live because you get to interact with the audience.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what makes it fun. Everybody's kind of quiet tonight, but they usually be acting a ham in the they be acting up in the comments.
They still chowing down on that Thanksgiving food. That's what's going on.
Probably. Yeah. Everybody got eyes. No, what it was, you came over with your wings and you made everybody hungry.
They're probably
everybody went and ate and went to sleep.
They're like, nah, not.
I had not eaten today. I would have passed that on camera. I don't think you want that. You all the way in Colorado. I'm in Florida. You ain't know we can't.
No, I can't help you. I can't help me. I don't have my powers yet. I'm trying to get them. But thanks everybody for dropping in. I know, right? Thanks everybody for dropping in. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday. Take it easy, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Them bad little kids do.